So just waiting for this thing to, go over. But I love your blouse. It's so bright and flowery.
Mhm.
Okay, we are live, Janice. Here we are. So good morning, ladies. It's so great to be here Friday morning, and I have for you another beautiful member interview. So today we are going to meet Janis Rodgers. Hi, Janis.
Hi, Jody. Thanks for having me today.
Yeah, thanks for being here. So why don't you go ahead and tell us about you?
I am a mom of three. I have a 24-year-old, a 21-year-old today, and a 16-year-old. So two of them are adults, and I live in Northwest Georgia. I am in the same 10-mile radius that I have been in my entire life. So which is very unusual for most people to even think about, but I've never lived anywhere else, so it's pretty cool.
I have to be honest, I'm actually in the same place too, Janice. You're not alone. Born and raised, still living here in my hometown. I we moved away for college for a few years, but
Yeah, but
it's
most people don't have that these days. They don't stay in the same area, so it's kind of cool that um, I know what every grocery store, what name they went through since I was a child. So.
That's funny. Yeah, me too, actually. So we have that in common. That's
Yes.
pretty cool. So for business, what do you do?
Well, to start, I'll just tell you kind of the story of how it began. When my second child was born, Kellyanne, about 21 years ago today,
Yeah.
I wanted to stay home with her, so I had to find some kind of income to do that. And so I started writing articles for websites just on the side. Um, I did it part-time. I didn't go back to work for a few years, but so that's where it started. And so then I had another child, which usually happens. Another one comes, and then when she was in elementary school, I decided to go work at her elementary school. That was the first job out of the house that I had since Kellyanne was born.
Okay.
And it was a job that I loved. I, I considered it a ministry. It was in a high poverty elementary school, and I was the family engagement coordinator. So what that meant was I got parents in there to volunteer. I did workshops, and I helped them with any needs they may have. I loved the job, but I quickly got burned out by the fact that it was all the time and there was needs all the time. And I stayed for 8 years. And then last May 2019, I said, well, if you can make as much as you do at the school, doing your writing or whatever you're doing, then, you can quit the school. So June came around and I made what I made, which wasn't much, but it met the need. And then July came around and I went and put in my notice. And that's when things just started like multiplying, like God just said, okay, you have done it, you've stepped out, so let me show you what I can do.
Oh, yes. Awesome.
So July, amazing month, and it kept on. And then what really changed me was in November of 2019, I went to Rise Business Conference with Rachel Hollis.
Okay.
And I went by myself. First time I've been by myself like that. I really stepped out.
You ventured away from home a little.
Yes, to Charleston, I drove 6 hours by myself.
Wow.
So it was a big thing for me. And I met the most amazing people there that I still am connected with. And I consider them among my best friends.
Oh, that's great.
So I realized when I got back home that my heart was with moms and other women who have kind of lost themselves in the midst of life, because it's easy when we're raising kids or we're taking care of a family to simply push all of our needs to the side and to not really cultivate maybe the dream that's inside of us.
Yeah.
And God has put a dream inside of each of us and purpose inside of each of us.
Amen.
And if we don't cultivate that, then, it gets to the point where it's just stagnant. And sometimes you have to look for it to find it again.
Wow.
So that is me in a nutshell. That is my passion. It's under More Than a Mom. And so I'm having my first workshop. It's coming up soon. It's called A Purpose Motherhood, and the links in my links that Jody put down. But it's just super exciting to talk to women who are realizing that they can do both. You can do both. It's hard. I mean, it's not always easy, but even if you don't jump full time into whatever your purpose is, and you're just like learning more about it, or you're praying about it, or you're just, using that time to process and to figure things out, that is fertile time for you to do that. And then once your kids move out, you won't be like me, and you won't be saying, okay, who am I and what do I do now? So
Yeah, exactly. Wow, that is really powerful, Janis. So what would be the one promise that you would make to your customers or your clientele?
Well, I have two sets of clientele because I'm multi-passionate.
Okay.
Because I can't just settle on one thing. So my first thing is my moms and other women who are looking for purpose. And I promise them that I will be beside them every step of the way. I'm very heart-led. I'm very connective. And in my workshop, I'm going to give you actionable steps that you can take to kind of cultivate your purpose and find ways to fit it into your day, even if you have 10 kids and your life is crazy. And then my other business is also under More Than a Mom, and it's for female Christian entrepreneurs. I am a virtual assistant and content creator. And so I like to think of it more as I come alongside you and I'm partner with you to help you to grow and upscale your business, using words and taking some tasks off your plate so that you can focus on your clients or the money-making things. So both.
Oh, that's great. Some much needed service, that's for sure. I know I'm probably going to need to contact you in the future. Oh, awesome. So you've shared so much. I feel like you've answered so many of my questions already, but I'm just going to go ahead and see if you want to add to it.
Okay.
So, we're in a Christian ladies group, and it's so wonderful. And I love the ladies here. I love hearing this part of your story. How has God manifested in your business, or what has he done for you or through you recently?
I have to say the biggest thing that he has manifested for me is a community. I am very introverted, which most people don't really know that about me, but I am very introverted. I have one best friend here in town, and she says the only reason that she's my best friend is because she kept harassing me and she wouldn't leave me alone. And that may be true, but I love her dearly. And having this community of women, like yesterday during our Zoom call, our networking Zoom call in this group, it was just such a sweet time of prayer and coming together. And I realized in the middle of it, you don't have to have people, really physically in front of you to be connected and to have a relationship. I mean, I have a relationship with women all over the country now that I feel like I could call on them and say, hey, can you pray about this? And so I really feel like God has really showed me through the last year that I am not an island and I need to reach out to other women And I need to be transparent so that other women can learn things from me, because we learn from each other.
You're you're absolutely right. We are a sisterhood. We're all pieces to a much larger puzzle, and we are here for each other. And with technology today, yeah, we can have best friends. I mean, I have ladies that I've met in just over the past few months who are not even in the same state, and I'm sure you relate, who are more friends to me than so many people in my hometown. So it's just amazing how God works it out. Um, and just for the record, I am an introvert too. You might not think that about me, but I am. I'm one of the
I
big.
wouldn't have expected that because you're a praise and worship leader. So
Oh, well, this interview is not about me, but I will just say that praise and worship, it really does give me a platform to put myself out there and express myself, even in an introverted way, because it's my place. People aren't going to interrupt me, when I'm speaking
yeah,
while I'm up there, so
I
anyway.
think that's how I feel about writing. When I write on my blog, that's just my way to
Yeah.
process things and to show people my heart. And even stepping out and doing these interviews has been like a big decision for me, but it's also been very confidence building for me as well, because I realize that I have something that I can offer other people, and that's something that I wish I had realized a long time ago. But as my husband said, he said, would you have been ready for it a long time ago? And I don't know that I would have. I don't know that I would have had the confidence in myself that you kind of get when you're in your 40s, because you're like, okay, I'm me. And, if you like me, that's good. And if you don't, I'm sorry. I'll still pray for you and I still love you.
Yeah.
But you don't try to fit yourself into a box all the time. And so I'm almost in my 50s now. I'll be 50 next year. And so I hate that I have realized this at 49, but
God's
I'm
perfect
so
timing.
proud of myself. And I just want to say on that, it's never too late. It's never too late to recreate your life and to minister to others. I mean, so that's what I think is pretty cool too.
Yeah, that's absolutely true and absolutely amazing. I love hearing this story because I completely relate with you, Janice, in that it's like, it's taken all these years for me as well to come to a place where, okay, yeah, this is what God has done for me. He's taken all these different things in my life and converged them to this one path. And I never could have planned for that. And it's just amazing to see how he does that. And we get to this place where, okay, I see it, God. Now I feel like I have the courage to be that light in the world. And I see that's what you're doing, and it's beautiful. And I'm
Yeah.
so excited for you.
Thank you so much, Jody.
Yes, you're so welcome. Um, so now your current promotion, you're promoting your workshop.
Yes.
Is there anything else that you're promoting currently?
Just my Facebook group. My Facebook group is More Than a Mom, and the links that I sent Jody.
Mhm.
And it's really just a place where um, we come together and we're encouraged, women of all types. And it says more than a mom, but a mom to me is not just the person that gives birth to someone. It's also can be someone who mentors others and mothers them in that way, or a stepmom or a foster mom or even a dog mom. I
Mhm.
mean, people who share with others um, and use that part of them that's the mothering instinct, because we all have, I have people that I mother, but they're not my biological children. So it's just women in general, whether you have children or not. And I enjoy posting in there. I'm very transparent in there, probably more than anywhere else. And so if you want to really get to know me, that would be the place. And I talk about fun things like Naked and Afraid, which is my favorite TV show and how crazy that is, and the things that you can learn from Naked and Afraid. And so, I mean, I am like all out there in my group. So if you want to hear a Southern accent and hear me talk about Naked and Afraid or any of my other, oh, I'm also addicted to shark shows, which is kind of worrisome to my family, but I watch everything shark related, even these, my son calls them B movies, the shark B movies.
Okay.
That are like low budget.
Oh,
Like the shark is like mechanical, and I don't know what it is about sharks, but I'm fascinated. And so if I ever see one in the ocean, I will not be fascinated, but right now I'm fascinated with them. So if you need to know any shark details, I have all of those too. So,
yeah.
it's just amazing what comes out of my mouth. Sometimes I'm like, "Ooh, where did that come from?" And it's not like bad things. It's just, funny things that happen, and I didn't realize that were so funny at the time. And I'm just like, okay, that's funny. So if you want to get to know me a little bit more and you want to be in a group of like-minded women, come and join us.
Oh, you're a rock star. I love it. You're so funny, Janis. So, is there any special tip, Janis, that you can share with us before we end the interview?
I just want to give a tip on finding your purpose, because I mean, this is a Christian group, and I think most of us in this group kind of have a purpose. But if you are unsure, I just want you to sit down and take some time to journal. Journaling is like one of the ways that I really express things that maybe I can't really like speak out at the time, but that come out through the writing. And journal about what you wanted to be when you were younger. Journal about what your dreams were when you were younger. That could be your key to leading you to find your purpose today. And I just want to say, if you don't like to write, I know people who journal by talking into their phone and recording it. And, there's nothing wrong with that. You journal the way you journal, and you do you. And that's how I believe life should be lived.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, I know I need to get a little bit better about journaling myself, but it does. I mean, it's effective. It really sets your mind to focus, and it's it's to me, it's like a form of worship.
It is.
With yeah, exactly. With worship, with musical worship, it's that moment where we can slow down our thoughts and just rest in that one thought or that one phrase and that emotion that comes with it. And that's, to me, that's how journaling has always been as well.
Yes. And I mean, I'm really musically inclined as well. I mean, I don't sing like you, but I just love, that's my favorite part of any church service, is the praise and worship, and music just speaks to me. So some of my journaling posts are about music. And if you read my blog, that's, I have one called Just Be Hailed, and it's from the Casting Crown song. So it's just things that came up when I was listening to the song, and I just kind of expressed them because the music kind of infiltrates my soul, and it makes me think of new things maybe that I didn't think of in this particular way, or it makes me realize a new facet of God that I didn't realize.
Yes. Yes. So well said. Beautiful. So, Janis, this takes us right to the very end of our interview. Is there anything else you want us to know before we hop off?
No, I just want you to know if you need prayer, or if you just want a friend, I'm there for you. And I love to have people friend me. I do check you out. I troll you a little before I friend you. I'll have to tell you that. Just because I've had some crazy people friend me too. So, but I just love to meet people, and I love to meet like-minded women. So feel free to friend me.
Awesome. Well, you're a beautiful person and I love your spirit and I love what you're doing, Janice. So
Thank you so much, Jody.
God bless you and we will see you in the thread. So thank you ladies for joining. Please reach out to Janice, join our workshop, say hi, and that's it for today. Thank you so much. Bye.